Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
Alright, we're live, Bros.
Hey, we're live.
Hello.
This is a very sexy show today. That's why I'm talking like this.
Yes, some ASMR.
I feel left out and I can't
have
even.
a sexy voice.
Yeah, me neither, bro.
Don't worry, I'll do it for you.
So, yeah, the voice, you can't see him, but you can hear him. This is Anon, and a developer from Harem Token. You can hear him, but you can't see him. So, yeah, you're going to hear an anonymous voice come in. That's the developer. And we have Amber Sparks. How goes it?
Great. Thank you for having me here today. Good to be here.
Yeah, and I'm
Switch
seeing
live
the big
streams.
floating purple H.
It fits you. It's something about your voice matches that purple box, and it just, I don't know. It feels like home.
There you go, man. That's good. I got a new career as
Purple
a Zoom podcaster.
So,
I got a pink box, but you can't see that.
an ex-developer, aspiring podcaster, Purple.
Perp squared, they call him. Perp square.
They call him, the ladies call him PH because he keeps them balanced.
Ooh, all right, nice, man.
We're creative
I
here.
feel like that was a rap I heard somewhere. I definitely didn't come up with that.
Yes, you did. Take credit. This is
Okay.
blockchain.
Yeah, man, it's rap.
Take credit.
Like lines.
I came up with
1,000
it.
records.
It's my thing.
Just minted, Nick. I own it now, right?
Oh yeah, there
Isn't that
goes
how we
Al
do it?
Bundy. Shout out to the Dingleberries. I'm getting a Dingleberries tattoo today. That's why I'm calling in from LA, hanging out. Pretty exciting, but yeah, we'll get into that later. I'm gonna live stream from the tattoo shop, do some NFT drops. I want to give Amber and Purple a chance to introduce them. Dude, you did it. I don't know what to tell you now. It's like,
Hey, it works for me.
Amber, go ahead, introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know a little bit maybe about who you are, maybe how you got into crypto, and how that led you to what you're doing with the project Harem Token.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Amber Sparks, so CEO of ambersparks.com. I've been in the camming industry for, like 4.5 years now, and streaming live, selling my own videos and content. And I got into crypto about a year and a half ago, like heavily trading, day trading, learning about reading charts, and it just kind of took me on a rabbit hole. One thing after another. It's like that with crypto. It's so vast and so many projects going on in different areas.
Which wormhole did you get sucked down the most? Like, was it DeFi or was it trading or?
Well, kind of got into the NFTs.
Cool.
Like, yeah, so learning about NFT, I mean, it just seemed to explode. Like, everyone was talking about NFTs, but I feel like I kind of got into it and started reading about it just on the tip of the wave, and started researching like what it is. I was part of Flare Finance beta testing program, which is not up right now, but I've been, that took me down a journey of learning about farming, staking, and then I found Harem, and they were kind of just starting. Read the white paper. It was kind of blowing my mind reading their white paper, like the technology, learning about the technology. I'd heard about deepfakes, but I didn't even really know that much about, like, I didn't know they deepfake Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. I was like, I heard about it, but I'm like, didn't quite even understand it until a couple months ago, and really got into it and learned about it, and was really exciting to.
Did you know that Marty
part of.
McFly's dad in Back to the Future 2 was like the original deepfake? They had like a dude wearing like a rubber mask of the original actor's face.
Yeah, I went and watched all the like famous deepfake scenes, and I was like,
So
some of them
weird.
actually shocked me. I'm like, no fucking way! Like, it tricked me. It totally tricked me.
Yeah, that's why they hang
yeah.
his dad upside down in the second movie. He has like that spinal injury. I don't know, dude. I know some dumb stuff. I'm happy she knew what I was talking about. Otherwise, I would have sounded like a crazy person.
Me too. It would have killed the momentum of the show if I was like, I don't know.
Come on, Nathan. We're supposed to be on the same page. But you, Amber mentioned, the tech really intriguing her. So I figure this is a good opportunity to let our bro, the voice from above, chime in and let us know a little bit about that white paper, the roadmap itself, and some of that underlying tech that's going to help it achieve those goals.
Yeah, Square.
Sure. So P Squared here. We're Harem Token is, I think, a good way to describe it is kind of full stack synthetic media. So synthetic media is basically AI generated media. So that's content that either is starring people who do not exist and were created by an AI or a generative adversarial network, or which has images of people who were created by an AI or people who weren't in an original video inserted into it or animated into it. So I'll give you a little bit of background as to kind of what we've built so far and what we're working on now. So around 2019, myself and my co-founder Max started working on a company which at the time was called These Nudes Do Not Exist. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with like These People Do Not Exist, but basically the idea was the exact same thing, except instead of just faces, it would be full body naked shots of people who do not exist. And we got covered in Vice. They tried to actually get us shut down, but that doesn't work. So fuck Vice News. But
wait a minute though. Hear me out on this. Is it possible that those people may exist eventually?
I mean, theoretically, I guess on an infinite timeline, anything's possible, right? But so we started working with These Nudes Do Not Exist, and we successfully got our tech to the point where the people that we were putting out, if you didn't know, like if we didn't tell you they weren't real people, you wouldn't know it, right? And here, let me share my screen really quick.
So these are all the Snapchat girls that are trying to like give me premium for only $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So can you guys see my screen right now?
Yeah, let me
yes.
adjust.
Don't worry, it's not nude. I made sure that all of our stuff that I was going to show you was censored.
Yeah, I guess it's not weird if you have something inappropriate on there anyway. So it's like,
yeah, I guess it's the only one of those situations where if something inappropriate shows up, it's actually appropriate.
Oh
you
yeah,
see
no,
that
so
Pornhub on
Yes.
the tabs. You're like, it's
there's
okay.
literally there's no such thing as not safe for work for me, right? Like I work and I literally look at porn at work all the time as my job.
My work is porn, so.
So can you guys see the girl that's on my
I
screen
see
right now?
Anna.
Yeah, so this is Anna. She's also like kind of a stand-in as our logo girl, right?
Hi, Anna.
So she does not actually exist, right? So she is a person who was created by our artificial intelligence. She was created in I think early 2020, and we kind of adopted her as like our logo girl. And I can actually show you a video of her over Anthony Pompliano.
Wow.
The Bitcoin guy, right? So that's a deep face of Anna, and I know you guys probably can't hear the audio, but it is audio enabled if you go to our channel. But yeah, so you can now on our website, we're in a closed beta, but you can take any of the AI girls that we generate, and you can, with about 3 clicks, convincingly deepfake them into pretty much any video of your choice, right? So that's the quality of how that looks there. It's currently in closed beta, but we'll be releasing that to people, you know, for open use within a couple of months. And then I also have a second program for Harem, which is where performers like Amber can actually stake their face as an NFT and make it available for use on our platform. So here's an example. Right? So you can see this is a starting video. This isn't with Amber, right? But she minted her face as an NFT and gave it to us. And now users can go onto our system. And here's that exact same video with Amber's face in it, right? And so every time someone uses our system to make a deepfake with Amber, she actually gets paid a little bit of Ethereum on a once a quarter basis as a reward for staking her face. And same thing goes if you buy one of the NFTs representing one of our AI generated girls, and then they get put into a video. You also get paid out as the owner of that NFT every time that girl is used in a video. So that's kind of the TLDR. I'll stop sharing now. I don't actually have no idea how to do that.
I have no idea
Right?
how to.
It's so trippy seeing my face
it's
on
insane.
so many different people. It's really a trip.
And when you say
Yeah, we made a
stake
really
your face,
Yeah.
stake your face sounds interesting too. So
Yeah.
you should be throwing that out there a lot.
Yeah, well, I've kind of
Oh, yeah,
open
no.
sourced my likeness. You know, people out there make art of me and they sell it from their own NFT stores, and people buy it. And now it's like, well, I know 3 Douglas. I was waiting for 3D in the chat. Yo, this dude, this is gonna be your bread and butter now. I can see it. My buddy has been doing deep fake meme gifs for years.
Oh,
amazing.
nice.
So this is definitely up his alley. He actually inspired me,
Yes.
and I've said this before.
Shout out.
Why hasn't anybody deep faked like, you know, Joe Biden and Donald Trump having sex in porn? Because I'm not saying I'd watch it, but I'm not going to watch that.
You can put
We
my
did.
face on it. I would laugh at that.
We did actually make a Trump fake at one point. We ended up taking it down, but it was like Trump on a woman's body getting nailed missionary, and we called it Orange. Get this though, the name was Orange is the New Black.
That's a great title, by the way. It's insane.
But yeah, so I mean, you know, in terms of where we're at, the deepfake itself is in closed
Oh my
beta.
God.
So like about 20 people right now have access to it to make content as they feel. We're working on scaling that system up, but it works on the back end. We've just got to get some GPU scaling stuff done. But within a couple of months, you know, maybe even just 1 month, it should be pretty feasible for anybody to come to our website and deepfake any of our girls or anybody who stakes their face into any video of their choice in about 3 clicks.
So
And when are we getting your face on one of these things?
immediately.
My face? Oh,
No,
Ken's
Ken.
face.
No, we
Yeah.
can't
I
put
want Ken's
a
beautiful
purple
face.
box on a face.
Actually, you don't know what fetishes may or may not exist, sir.
Oh, there's something for everyone.
Yeah,
I'll
there's-
tell you
Yeah,
that.
we've had
definitely
so many
something for
people
everyone.
asking us when we can make our tech work with animals. The furries are really
Yes, I can't
really
wait.
into that.
Amber, how do
Gonna
you
be
feel
cool.
about
But,
this
yeah.
though, as like an entertainer, having your you
I know my
basically
image.
on
Yeah.
other canvases, doing other work that is not your own. I'm just curious, where do you think this could go wrong, and what are you excited about where it can go right?
Well, it is scary. I mean, like as a content creator, you work really hard to create an image and want to be seen a certain way. And so giving that up can be kind of scary, and not knowing where your face is going to be and something illegal, some weird porno.
It's true.
But I'm really excited. I'm actually really entertained by it. I've never been so entertained by my own face. Like
I like
seeing
that you
it on
mentioned
all
that,
different people.
the inappropriate potential, because that's what I was worried about. Is like when seeing these
Sure.
deepfakes was.
Yeah.
Now I have to probably defend myself in court because somebody deepfaked me doing something completely illegal or whatever. But
Well, it can be used both ways.
Right.
You can like, oh, that wasn't me. I'm deep fakeable. Could have been anyone. How do you know what's real?
I also was like that you said
or
you have to worry
or
about.
you could take credit for something.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Take
know?
credit for something.
So-
You said
and
do
get
some-
paid for it.
like what's her name? Gerda Thunberg or something.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
deepfake.
yeah.
You're like, no, I swear that wasn't me. But it's like,
That wasn't me.
Does this deliver some sense
Anyone
of
can buy
freedom
my
too? Like a sense of
Um,
freedom associated with it, because it's like, okay, I gotta just let go and see what happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the work is up to the computer now. Like it takes a lot of effort to film content and create it and upload it and all that. So it's like, yeah, I get paid for it, and it gives all the work to the computer and the other people and see what they come up with. And
It's actually
Yeah, it's
interesting because if there's a job that maybe you didn't want to take for some reason,
yes,
but
that
you
too.
still needed the opportunity, you needed the money, you could be like, well,
Exactly.
I have another option for you actually, or as an
Right.
actor or actress. That
so
you
is
don't
there a
wanna work
whole
with.
new business for fuck doubles instead of stunt doubles?
That's kind of what I'm
Totally.
saying. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I mean,
opens a
people
door.
want to see me in all kinds of stuff, and I'm a dom online, so it's like I'm not going to be in some submissive gangbang with 6 guys or whatever. That's not my thing. But
Oh,
maybe
man.
someone really wants to see it,
That's right.
so they can buy my face and do what they want. Make
I
their
think that's
fantasy
really
come true.
empowering for a lot of adult entertainers that don't want to use their own faces. A lot of adult
Yeah,
content creators, sex workers, they'll wear like a ski mask or one of those like really nice
Exactly.
where there's like ballroom parties, they would wear
The
like
masquerade ball.
masquerades.
Yeah.
A lot of that
yeah,
is
yeah.
used in the adult world, where now maybe
It
it's
is.
possible to wear some kind of a face mask that is almost green screen friendly, to where it's actually catered
Totally.
for this service.
I would love to see it because for a live streaming service like this, to have a mask like, so you don't want to show
her
your
what this
face
can do
live.
real quick, because I can't.
Instead
keep
of
up
a
with my
purple
features.
H, you could have a cool face.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many cool
whoever
things.
you wanted, right? Yeah, I mean the possibilities of
Nathan,
it.
protect your face
so
real quick.
exciting
There
to
you
me.
go. Well, I mean, that's not really hiding your identity.
This isn't hiding anything? Are you sure? Oh, now. Wait.
There you go.
There
now,
you go.
now nobody
There you go.
knows who you are.
There you go. Done.
It's the
Wait,
where's
Clark Kent
Nathan?
Here we go.
disguise.
Perfect.
Oh, there you go. I
And
like
this
that
was all
one.
built into Zoom default, right? So like these things didn't exist before, and like exactly what Harem's
Right.
building. I'm curious, where the voice thinks. I love the voice. The voice. Where do you think this could go, bro? When it comes to like the mainstream use case outside of like the adult entertainment? Because like I feel like a lot of people don't really pay attention to like Pornhub and UJizz and all these platforms, but if you go to them, there are a lot of people that just upload normal things or like just funny videos. Like they treat it like their YouTube. That's their community.
Yeah.
So maybe they
Yeah.
don't create adult content, but they consume it. But this is where they upload
Yes.
their funny videos or memes, and it's not adult at all. It's just that's their community. So I'm curious, where
Yeah.
do you see this kind of going outside of that? What we were just talking about.
Yeah, so the tech itself is obviously use case agnostic, right? I mean,
Right.
like the videos I showed you, for example, they don't specifically focus on porn or anything like that. I do think that there's kind of like this thing where a lot of people want to pretend like porn isn't as big of a part of their lives as it actually is, right? I mean, like everyone watches it, you know what I mean?
People watch porn more than they brush their teeth.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's the 5th most popular product in the world after water,
Yes.
food, shelter, and Hulk Hogan action figures. So, like, the truth is, like, when deepfake stuff came out, there were a lot of people who were like, wow, this is going to revolutionize, like, commercials and movies and stuff like that. But what it actually got used for first was none of that shit. It got adopted in porn. And so I think that's pretty good evidence as to, like, what the actual product market fit is. But that being said, we've bought a couple of domains that are like non-porn branded, and we are going to basically create a couple of spin-offs that are the exact same product, no different limitations in any same way, except that it's like a more quote unquote family friendly branding, right? But you can use this for anything. Like if you wanted to be a podcaster, for example, but you wanted to be anonymous, you could record an entire podcast and replace your face with like any one of thousands of AI generated people or like a real person whose face has been made available to our platform.
Is this reverse engineerable though? Could like somebody take like what you've built and reverse engineer it to the point they could, decrypt that mask to see what's actually behind it?
Well, I mean, like I can't tell you what cool shit Google's got going on in like their basement, right? Like they probably have some crazy stuff that I'm not aware of. But to my knowledge, no, there's systems out there that can detect when something is a deepfake, but there shouldn't be any way for somebody to actually strip the deepfake face out of a video, right? Because when you produce that final video, it's not like there's layers. So it's not like there's a layer of this new face on top of an old face and you could just scrape off that top layer. It's just one video. So that new face, if you were to try to remove it, all you would have is just empty black space behind it. But that being said, man, you never know. I mean, like someone puts, $100 billion into like AI engineering specifically to like try to remove deepfake face. They might be able to come up with some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah, somebody in the chat already said the CIA, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, yep, CIA is already trying to figure out how to get the original faces from like...
What if they could just take your biometrics? Be like, all right, your neck is this size, your shoulders are this size, we could see this part of you. We would have to assume it's one of these 3 people.
Or is it, our voice, do you think voices are next for some things like this? Can deep fake voices to... deep fake the whole thing to really make it more immersive?
Yeah, so that's totally doable, and that's definitely something that's going to be on our roadmap. I can't tell you exactly when though, but that's not even particularly new stuff. Just taking somebody's voice and altering it to like replicate like Obama or Trump or something. Okay. That's definitely very doable. And then, another thing, if you were really worried about something like the neck or the shoulder ratio, we haven't released it as a product yet, but we do actually have something that we call Head and Shoulders. Let me see if I can find
that sounds like a potential liability.
Dirty thoughts are you thinking?
Yeah, but I don't have dandruff, and I'm like,
let me see if I can pull up a good example of this. All right, so this is an update video. Let me just share my screen really quick.
Oh, if you do share screen, and on the bottom left, there's an audio share option as well. You should be able to share your audio. Oh, okay, perfect.
This isn't audio free. But so this one on the left, this is like a real video of a journalist like talking, right? And this was our old Head and Shoulders product here, which basically transfers everything going on in the photo to an AI avatar. So it's not just overlaying her face on top of it. It's actually transferring completely the movements. And so this is our old version, and we released this as part of our Q2 update. This is the kind of result after doing some additional work on that. So you can see kind of how things have improved there. But with that said, there would be no issues with biometrics, like being able to trace somebody based on the size of their neck or their shoulders or something, because the entire movement is just transferred over to a different avatar. So you should be able to anonymously podcast with that. It's a fairly short video because it was mostly just text But I think that should give you a good idea. So that's another
I
option.
blame
we could add to
Snapchat
people.
filters for all of this
To
shit.
go.
Wow,
I love
it
Snapchat
started with
filters.
cute unicorn vomit, and now we're here.
Freckles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you know,
little
I think
freckles, little
Sparkles.
hearts.
So,
I think
Amber,
that
would
this
you
is-
end up using this yourself to have, like, you know, somebody else on top of you as a content creator? Would you like to use that? Like, would you use this as like?
Oh, like put someone else's face on mine, you mean?
Yeah, like this. Like, would you play around with it on this side?
Possibly. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see where this technology goes, and I was really excited about hearing, like, being able to morph yourself into another creature, or something
it's
that's
like cosplay,
really
right?
exciting.
Like it's like
Exactly.
another layer of
Yeah.
cosplay.
Totally. Yeah,
'Cause,
that's
I would-
exciting.
I mean, we're not going to see Angelina Jolie doing things that we may be able to request adult creators like yourself to do, and then
Yeah, that's for
cosplay. But, so
Not yet,
I'm
Ken.
curious, where's
Not yet.
the legality come in on that, Mr. Voice? Would Angelina Jolie need to like have her face available, or could people just use it? Like, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
wondering like where does this legality kind of come into play?
So we take that pretty seriously, and we've had a lot of people who request, hey, can you put this celebrity face or that celebrity face on? But our policy is we only allow for two kinds of faces on our platform, and that is people who voluntarily stake their face like Amber, and B, AI generated faces that we create out of thin air, basically. So if you want to use our system, if you want to make a deep fake in 3 clicks and have it be high quality like our system can deliver, you're not going to be able to steal some celebrity's image and put them in porn. That's part of what we're kind of trying to create an alternative to. We want to give people a chance to put their own image out there and to make money off of it voluntarily and not enable like people having their image stolen, right?
Yeah. That's what's given deepfake such a bad name, and in porn too, it's a huge thing with like getting your content stolen. So that's what I love. It's like it's consent. I'm all for it. Like use it, put it out there, train the computer, get it better. And
How far does the consent go though, Amber? Right? If you're staking your face, can I put it on something that would be considered like your revenge porn or something, right?
totally, you could, but I mean, you'll have to pay me for it.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
So yeah, it's kind of like a
They'll
swim
do
at
it
your own
anyway,
risk
Yeah,
type
right? So
thing.
might as well pay you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think one thing that like I don't know if society's really like come to grips with this, but the reality is anybody who puts their image out there, right, on the internet, anybody
Yeah.
who's put a video of themselves out there, or even just a still photo, like the reality is if someone really wants to, they can deepfake you, right? It's a
Absolutely,
time-consuming process. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's going to take them a lot of time and money, but it can be done, right? So what we're doing is saying, like, listen, that's the reality that we live in. This tech is only going to get better and better. But here is an alternative where if you're putting your image out there and it's going to be deep fakeable anyways, you might as well position yourself to make some money off of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, we see.
Yeah, and with the
where it can go.
blockchain.
Like with
Yeah, with
Star
the
Wars, right? I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No worries. No.
And
No, I was gonna say
What
with
are
the
you doing?
Mandalorian though. You saw the way they
Okay.
got Luke Skywalker in the Mandalorian with that deepfake. It's almost like that's real. That's as real as it can get. And I'm just curious, if Amber, sees this going to where people might be able to make a full production out of this, like a full movie. Everybody
Fuck
in it
yeah.
is deepfaked.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope the technology can get to where it's masking full bodies. So, you don't need actors anymore. Like, you can just
So
make
what I'm
a
getting
full
at
production
is
with
I could
deepfake.
put my face on this platform, Harem. I could stake my face, and we could be in a porn together.
Right, yes.
Yep.
Make your dreams come true.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you thought Cameo was cool. Getting your grandma the happy
Yeah.
birthday from, like, the Hulk. All right, well, I got my
Right.
friend porn with his favorite, porn star for his birthday.
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, this is interesting. It's like the Ready Player One type of thing, but
Totally. Yeah.
with sex work essentially, which is
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
I think it's an industry that's needed a little assistance in terms of provenance for a while. Obviously, there's a lot of, like you said, content being stolen.
Yeah.
There's also this thing where everything kind of gets out somewhere for free now. You definitely you need paywalls, like if you're gonna make money.
Well, yeah, and that's what's great about the NFT and the blockchain is that you can track it and trace it and, keep getting paid for it. And it's not just like a one-time thing, your work is continually paying you, which it should. It's your energy, your idea, your face.
Yeah, it's genuine effort.
Right, when platforms pop into existence that facilitate those paywalls, we've seen industries adopt it. And as adult, content creators go, we've seen a lot less free adult content since things like OnlyFans came out, right?
Totally.
A lot of people would post their adult
Everyone's
stuff for free on
and
Twitter.
their grandma's on OnlyFans.
Yep, and now it's on OnlyFans, yeah.
Yeah, everyone you meet, Instagram, OnlyFans.
Yeah. But this
Ken,
is
we should start an OnlyFans, bro. Just
I have
just
an
like
OnlyFans,
pictures of our,
actually.
but just pictures of our feet together.
That's
We'll be like a foot couple, and I bet we'll make a lot of money.
That's where your wife will end up kicking my ass next time I come over. No, thank you.
She'll be like, bro, what the hell?
I thought we were friends. I made you dinner. I can't do that.
You
to her.
did.
But I just think this is one of those platforms that are going to be a game changer, like what OnlyFans did with this industry. It's going to change that game where we've seen what people are already doing outside of permission based, but now that you can facilitate permission based deepfake content creation, it's almost like getting that the king's thumb. Like, this is approved fan made or whatever based content, and people will be able to monetize. Or this is where I wanted to get into the NFT side of things. If I have your permission to deepfake you in content because you're staking your face with that content that I've generated with this platform, does it also give me the redistribution license and rights to then sell that content that I have made with your deepfake in it? Or, is this platform ready for those commission fee based revenue models where if I'm using your image in my new content, even though I bought the permission to use your image, how do I then give you commission fees on distribution of the sales or the views of that? Like the secondary payment, not just that first time payment.
So the way it works currently is if you purchase a deep fake with somebody in it, right? You own the resulting video because you paid originally to create that video. So when you were paying, that was you saying, okay, I'm giving you this amount of money for the creation of this video. And then beyond that, if you want to go resell it, that's your business. Now, that being said, the payment system and structuring various kind of options for that's not particularly difficult for us to do. You know what I mean? Like, it would not be very difficult for us to come out with an alternative agreement that says, okay, instead of staking your face for just anything on Harem, you're going to stake your face, but part of the terms and conditions are if someone redistributes something, I have to pay you an ongoing royalty. That's not particularly difficult. I wouldn't say that's really like in our top priority right now. Our top priority right now is getting the system to the point where if we have like 10,000 daily active users, it can handle that. There's a lot of work on the back end that has to go in with like GPU scaling. It's a pretty computer intensive process. So, trying to scale it up is not a small task. But I mean, we're open to pretty much anything that's going to work for various performers in various different genres. So there's a lot of different models that can be explored there.
I wonder what are the price points, Amber, for trying to use your staked face? I don't know what term. I can't. I've never said
Steak
this
face.
out loud before in my life, right? Like, so how much is it to use your staked face, Amber? Like, what does that cost for like somebody to get that permission?
Well, we're kind of discussing pricing right now. For me, I always charge per minute for any of my services, so I'm used to that. I like that model. But I think we discussed anywhere from like $5 a minute kind of thing, or a flat order rate, and then you get charged per minute for extra time.
We're still,
Yeah, no, we're
The
still
tech is-
discussing that.
the tech is still in like closed beta, right? So there's no way for us to like 100% accurately predict what the
Yeah,
GPU
it's not.
scaled cost is going to be until we finish building that. But what we're talking about right now is something like a flat per order fee plus like a per minute fee on top of that. So it'll be something like, $10 per order plus $5 per minute of content.
And
Right.
they're using your
But-
platform to generate the content that's using the deepfake, fake, staked face. So obviously you'll have some of those metrics to be able to balance that out with.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, it's what you're paying for is if you were to try to do a deep fake by yourself, right? You need a very powerful computer. You need some expertise. You need a lot of time and a lot of energy. I mean, like if you wanted to hire somebody to do a really high quality deep fake, you're talking about paying a couple $100 for like a 5-minute video, right? What you're paying for with our system is you upload a video, you click 3 times, you wait a couple of hours, and you have got a near perfect quality deep fake with the face of your choice.
Is there a cost
Right.
to doing this outside of just purchasing the face that's staked?
What you mean, like
To use the
on our
service
back end?
that, yeah, exactly. To use the face that I now have permission to make that content.
Right.
Is the service itself a paid feature, or is this just a free service that you get to use after you get the faces?
No, so you don't actually purchase a face, right? What you do is you purchase like credits or minutes on our website, and then we have a whole different slew of faces that you can choose between. One of which is
Okay.
Amber's. But if what you want is to like have an ownership stake in one of our AI generated faces, what you can do is you can go to our NFT farm, you basically stake our token, and you can farm NFTs that represent total or partial ownership over
that's insane,
one or
bro.
more avatars. Yeah, so here, let me
That's cool.
actually
So
pull
I
that
could
up on my
have
computer.
I could have like a partial ownership in Amber's face and get a revenue dividend share of like what it earns over time.
Well, that would be Amber's decision. So the ones that you can definitely get are the ones that you can definitely get are the ones that are generated by our AI. So where I'm at right now, if you can see my screen,
Amber, I
Is
highly
this
recommend
is-
you do this.
so this is
My-
these are somewhat not safe for work. So I'll
But it's fine though. Yeah.
Titties.
This is an art show.
I think
Get some
the
AI
whole,
titties.
nipple laws are changing. I know New York City's whole free the nip
They
situation.
should be. Fuck.
Well,
Men
maybe
can have their nipples out, but
That's what
women
I'll do.
can't.
There we go.
So-
I know. I'm tempted to take
It
mine
feels
out
like
right
a
now.
1950s like problem in,
Please.
in 2021. Like I can take my shirt off at the beach, but like the girl I'm with can't. That's like feels
Right.
like a
What the fuck
weird
is that?
problem, and we still haven't found a solution for.
And who would
I wanna
not
get-
argue
I wanna
against
get
that
some-
anyway?
I want to get some male nipple pasties.
Oh, look what he
Right.
did to block it. He brought another window up. I love it.
Yeah, I got the File Explorer.
He
I'm
knows what's
keeping
going
the
on, dude. He knows what's up.
Right?
All right, if I
But
put
so-
men's nipples.
Total
I'm
pro.
fine.
So this is our NFT farm. So you basically staked our token and the LP for it, and you farm the ability to purchase NFTs of different rarities, right? So each of these girls are people generated by our AI, right? You get the NFT, you stake the NFT on our platform, and every time someone uses one of these girls, you get a portion of the profits from that use in a deepfake, right? And now someone like Amber could as well also choose to sell her NFT to someone else, or she could choose to mint multiple copies and sell it to multiple people and have the revenue split that way. She's, in her case, decided to keep ownership for herself, but it's 100% at her discretion to do that
I
as
would
well.
say, Amber, consider this as an infinite print, and as people purchase a share of you, the stake is then divided by each new purchase. So if 1,000 people buy them, there's 1,000 shares of you or
It's
NFTs or
liquidity pool. So more people, then less share I would get.
that is true.
Right?
But then you also have an army of people out there marketing you because they benefit from your success. So that's the whole less is more model. And with this is like a lot of the times I like to tell people, you know, why would you buy a pair of Nike shoes if you have yet to buy one Nike stock? You shouldn't be giving a company money that you don't get money from. So people that are going to be buying your face, will probably want to have a stake in its revenue that they've used to buy it. So people that give companies money, like myself, I buy Nike stocks because I buy Nike shoes. Therefore, when I buy a pair of Nike shoes, some of that money actually goes back to me in the long run. And when I'm wearing them, I'm promoting my investment over the long term.
Interesting. Yeah, never thought about it like that. But
I'm just saying, all these AI girls are going to be making money. We need to get the real people in there.
Yeah, I've made a couple cards actually of my own for sale as NFTs as well. Separate from. I think they're on Raribles. Yeah.
Oh, nice. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot of interesting utilities you could attach to those.
Oh, it's blurred. Sure. Okay, that was interesting.
Well, this is our old results, right? So this is an article we wrote, and this is where we were in terms of generating AI people in about December of 2019. So that's what that looked like, right? And then now that's also some of our early attempts at like full body stuff, right?
Whoa.
So I don't think that's too monsterish.
So
to be
this
lewd.
is why I don't believe those weight loss videos.
This is essentially generative art.
It's like the weight loss videos are like before and after. Art. This is what they do all the time.
Ken, degenerative art.
Degenerative art, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's half computer generated, you know.
Well, all these girls, you know, you could be chatting to anybody, right? And it could be that they're not even a real person. It could just be that they're.
What if this isn't my real face right now?
So, you know what's interesting, and I guess, you know, it's 2021, and I'm not like trying to bring it up for the sake of pandering, but it's an interesting conversation nonetheless. Is a lot of AI is you know, male and female based gender associated, but a lot of, you know, adult entertainers are not male and female or male to female. There's a lot of transgender. I'm curious, does this, you know, software, will it be able to facilitate that kind of like a transgender or genderless, a they, them kind of a personality out of this, whether, you know, because obviously, you know, the way that these things are built, they're built off of those, what is male, what is female, and that's all AI knows are those two sexes. But, you know, we're getting to this, you know, genderless society and becoming more aware of that. I'm curious where we could see this, you know, AI go with that in mind.
So the way that a generative adversarial network actually takes in the data and like spits out results, we haven't trained it using male data yet. That's actually on our roadmap for this quarter, is to start trying to get male avatar results. But that being said, you know, when we feed it that data, we're probably not actually going to tell it, hey, this is male and this is female, right? Because what it's going to do is, you know, if you give it, let's say 1,000 pictures of people, right? Just people naked from the waist up. It's going to look at all these different features. It's going to learn, okay, these are eyes. I can see that every single face in this data set has 2 eyes. These are noses. I can see that every face in this data set has 1 nose. But it's going to start looking at the relationships between things, right? So it's going to see typically male characteristics like a wider jaw or maybe a thicker neck or things like that. And it's going to say, okay, I'm noticing that all of the pictures where the guy has stubble on his chin, or the person has stubble on their chin or something like that, that person also has a wider jaw, right? So that'll mean that it'll draw the conclusive relationship, and it'll say, if I want to create a convincing output of a person, and I want to give that person stubble on their chin, I also need to give them other male characteristics that I notice are consistently associated with the pictures that have stubble on their chin, right?
Yes, that machine learning aspect.
Yeah. So the point that I'm making more broadly is, you know, you could absolutely see it spitting out results, though, where it says, you know, I think that this is going to be a person with a wide chin and stubble, but you know what? Just for the fun of it, this one time, I'm going to spit it out with like a pair of big tits. Like that is going to happen and will happen. And that's actually like something we call like a high variance result. So we can actually set the output on our GAN when we're creating models to intentionally go for things that the GAN does not think are super convincing.
I'm just saying
but
these could
are
become
coherent.
unicorns on the platform if they're that rare. People might want to, like, especially if it's AI generated and I can own a stake in it. I would want the wide-jawed, stubbled, big-titted AI because people are probably going to play with that one. Have you ever used Tony Hawk character?
It's the most
creator in the
unique.
90s?
Sounds
Like,
The
fun.
most unique.
yes, exactly.
Well, actually, so early on, before we did NFT farming, we were selling NFTs, and the top seller, like the one that we sold for the most, was let me see if I can find it. It was called
Clarissa?
Monster Harem. No.
Okay.
Clarissa Pickett
No.
was very popular, but
Okay.
there's one called
Different
Monster
one.
Harem, which was a
Oh, I don't think
collection
I've
of,
seen this.
12 that were just super high variants and just looked like monster people. So let me see if I can find it.
Oh my god, I'm
Hold
excited.
on. Wow, there's a lot of shit here.
Rare one's tough.
Everyone wants a piece.
Oh wow, there's actually all our results are showing up, and I don't want to show off too many titties and get you kicked off YouTube. So it'll have to wait.
It's all excited.
It's art.
Well, they can go on Rareable and check it out. It's the Monster Harem collection.
Yeah, it's just one. It's sold for I think a couple $1,000, but it's 12
Oh, that's
or maybe
yeah, I've
6.
seen it.
And it's like a collection of just like some of them
Yeah.
don't have faces, like the hair just grew all over their face, and some of them have like 3 eyes and it's things like that. But
awesome.
the point is, on a long enough timeline, you're gonna get every possible result, right? Like all
Right.
possible results will be eventually
And with
included.
8 to 9 billion people on the planet, some are unfortunately born with a third eye.
Yeah.
Or people
Just
are.
like at Chernobyl.
Are they a third eye?
Chernobyl.
Dude,
Being
Chernobyl.
formed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's things
There
that,
you go.
yeah. I mean, dude, there's things that go
Yeah.
a haywire in DNA and genetics
Oh,
alone.
even
right?
I have an extra rib, so you know
See?
that's instead of
What
one.
the fuck? How did you even find that out? How do you
It's
find
my
out when you
arms.
have an extra rib?
Because it sticks out of my back.
Oh shit! All right.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it happens.
That
Real
is
humans,
awesome.
too.
Yeah, that's all the proof you need is sticking out of your body.
If you ever break
Yeah.
a rib, it's like, don't worry, I got an extra.
Like I
Yeah.
broke the one that's sticking out. No big deal. It's weird that people don't break their fingers all the time because they're just like weak and they're just out there. You know? I mean, anyway. Sorry.
That's how I feel about my butt.
That's what I feel.
You ever sit on
They're
them?
just out there all the time.
I sit on them sometimes. It's just, it's not good.
So,
I thought maybe that in a way.
Anywho.
have you seen what can go wrong with things like this? When like we saw, what was it? MIT, I think, or was it Google? I think it was Google. Somebody made like 2 bots on Twitter, and they like became like racist terrorists overnight and created their own language and. I don't know, just like things that can go so weird with these kinds of things. Where have you tried that whole like, you know, garbage in, garbage out? What could go wrong when like, you know, people start uploading images or whatever, start feeding it garbage intentionally? How to like tell what is intentional garbage or whatever?
So the way that our system works, there's not really any way that somebody could feed it information to like negatively affect the output, right? Because we do control what information gets given to the AI for training purposes versus what gets given to it for like commercial purposes, right? But I mean, if I wanted to speculate, I will say that I doubt it'll be through our system because all the faces are controlled. But I'll bet pretty much like bottom dollar that within the next 10, 15 years, you're going to see a major election somewhere in the world decided by like a person getting their reputation ruined through a deepfake. Like, I do think that is definitely going to happen, just because I can't really imagine any reality where that doesn't happen. Like, if you imagine, you remember in 2016 how that pussy grabbing tape with Donald Trump came out, right?
Yeah. And the tackle, the
If that-
football tackle.
Yeah, like all that different like ridiculous shit. Like, if that came out today and I was like on his team, I'd be like, dude, just say it's like a deep fake. Say it's a fake. And there's no way anybody could know. But the flip side of that is if somebody came out and like, you know, deep faked like a presidential candidate's face onto a video of someone saying something racist, like if there isn't significant awareness of what deepfake technology can do, and if there isn't like kind of a societal agreement that we need to give people the benefit of the doubt when they say they're the victim of being deepfaked, then that can lead to people like potentially having their
You
lives.
just
ruined.
brought up an
So-
interesting point,
Totally.
that whole using this as a scapegoat, though. How about politicians getting caught doing things that are fucked up, that is real, but then they get to get away
Right.
with it because they just say, hey, it's a deep fake, and everyone goes, oh, yeah, it had to be a deep fake. Bill Cosby would never have said that or done that.
Yes, he would.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, poor
That was a pretty
Bill.
bad fall from grace.
Right? Yeah, I mean, not a great guy though.
No,
so
it wasn't
not
me, it was
sorry.
deep
No.
No.
It wasn't me.
Well,
Um,
yeah, I mean, like, so that'll probably, that's just, I think people just got to get used to the idea that that's going to be a new reality, right? Like, if someone, I
Yeah.
do think that with everything being weighed, right, you got to make that decision. Would you rather, 1,000 guilty men go free to spare like one innocent man from being like, I guess not in prison, but have his reputation ruined? Or would you rather all the innocent men get locked up, but you make sure that no guilty men go free, right? For me, I come down on the side of I would rather live in a world where if something embarrassing or like, reputation ruining drops and you say it's a deep fake, people give you the benefit of the doubt until something like, well, actually, like, hey, here's this eyewitness who was there and said it totally happened. Or like, here's a cell phone video from a different angle
Right.
that, couldn't have been deep faked because it's like you from the back, right? Something like that. I would rather live in a world where people get the benefit of the doubt. And if that means that occasionally, some politician gets away with like saying some fucked up shit or something, I think that's just kind of the price we got to pay to not all constantly be on the chopping block, getting our reputations ruined by like some kid with an AI.
It's interesting.
Huh?
I wonder what the things that it opens the door to that we're not really considering. Like, do we all just eventually accept that nothing might be real and that we just have to kind of let everything go?
I mean, there's still eyewitness stuff, right? And there's people out there who say they have like quote unquote deep fake detection systems. I'm personally very skeptical just because the
So
way
am
that,
I.
the way
Yeah.
the generative
I've
adversarial
heard of
networks
the
work.
FBI using the technology to reverse engineer it to see. But I think it's good for some like politicians and that for, to figure out if it's real or not.
You don't want World War III being started because
Yeah,
you have a deep
something
fake of somebody
more
threatening
politics.
someone.
That's
or
how.
something.
That's how
certain,
exactly.
certain areas. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let me just say this. If you're a politician and you're out there and you want to get away with saying something racist, you should contact us and stake your
Yes.
case on our platform, because that, I guess, is that's probably the way to do it.
Yeah, what Nathan
So the
mentioned.
best place to hide is in plain sight, I guess. They could do it, give it to you, you make it say the crazy shit, and they go, it's a fake. It wasn't me. Look, we can
Wasn't
prove it was a
me.
fake.
Yeah,
And then
security
boom.
through obscurity.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But like there's good and bad to everything. Any technology, someone can either use it for good or bad. So
Absolutely.
I think with Harem, we're doing something good, like getting the technology out there, showing what it can do and making people realize. And people are getting paid for their face and
Well,
for
that's
their,
exactly
for
what
their
we're
work.
talking
So
about. Without having those platforms that facilitate those paywalls, the things are happening regardless. It
yeah,
doesn't-
exactly. The technology is already out there. It has been for years. So yeah, at least try and do something good with it, and then people will do what they're gonna do.
Well, and it helps too, what Nathan said a second ago, where people are going to detach themselves from the emotions they've had, the things that they may have otherwise cared about,
Right.
care less. Like,
See, senor.
there's nothing that you can
Yeah.
do about me deep faking you on anything. But now that you can incentivize them to have done it through this paywall verified process, that is,
Exactly.
there's a lot of power to that as we move
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of something like this being on chain. It's not,
Yes,
it's
you can
not the
see.
wild, wild west. It's like actually verifiable. And
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people
yeah.
were worried about with technology like this. Like, hey, this is going to get really out of control really fast. And it's like, well,
Yeah, or
what if we could provide some level of provenance to this, which you've done? So I think it's beautiful.
yeah, and with crimes and stuff, like, oh, what if your face gets used for a snuff film or something like that? Like, people have been using the internet to catch people.
Are you worried about
And
in the
it's-
short term? The
Mhm.
hiding in plain sight theory in the short term of them jumping the gun and being this is actually you doing this crime or being a part of this thing, and we think it was you regardless. Like, we don't care if you're a part of this protocol. Are you worried
Well, I
it gets
feel like
used in the
there's-
opposite
no,
way
I
in the
feel-
short term?
I feel like there's enough proof already to be able to yeah.
Right,
it
but if
wouldn't
you
be
do
an
it too
issue.
good, it would be
Too
hard for someone to
good, yeah,
prove that it
okay.
wasn't you doing something.
There's,
And then you
that's the
could
other side of
conceal
it. Once the technology gets so good, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a flip side to that though, which is like, you know, if someone were to make something and try to frame somebody through our system, right? There would be a
Right.
pretty easy defense to that, which is, you know, A, we don't store results infinitely, right? So we don't
Mhm.
keep the result videos on our servers forever, but we do keep them
That
a
would
very
be
short period
a
of
lot
time.
of space.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so we would be
Storage
able
space.
to at least point to it if it was in a certain period of time. Or
Sure.
B, we could still say, like, look, you know, we have logs. We don't have the result videos, but we can
But
see that a
there's-
video that was the exact same length as the one
Yeah.
that's being used or asserted was done with Amber on this date, right?
Yes,
So it's
that's
more
easier
than feasible.
to,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Amber, maybe you'll be able to vibe with me on this because, like, I trimmed
Okay.
up my beard. My face changes over time, and I'm sure you like different styles of makeup and different eyeliners and lipsticks. And
Totally.
as a content creator, your face changes all the time. You know, I'm curious, like, is this something that you've thought of where maybe you'll have different faces that you have uploaded with different, you know, makeup and different hairstyles or whatever the cases may be?
Yeah, well, I uploaded my face just bare, without makeup. So that's the cool thing about it is you can really customize it, like, and have even different parts of the face. So, like someone else's hair, you know, their eyebrows, and then
Wait, I can blend you
my-
with another content creator and give like your eyes and somebody else's lips, somebody else's ear, and like Mr. Potato Head a porn.
yeah, I feel like it looks different all the time. So it's not just like, oh, my head is on someone's body. You know, like everyone's face shape is a little different. So it ends up looking different every time because of how the original person looks and how that mask goes over their face. But I think there's potential with the software to make it, customize it however you want. And that's super exciting to me. Like put whatever makeup on it or, yeah, meld two people together.
Yes, that's
Wow.
gonna be fun.
Right?
Yeah, dude, using
Yeah.
face blending, that's gonna be real interesting. If I have two
I wanna blend a
NFTs
face.
on
Paint.
Harem, I could have. Yeah, exactly, like a deepfake of a deepfake on top of a deepfake.
Could
Right,
I blend our
deepfake
faces?
inception.
Like we blend our faces and do the show together as like one being?
Yes,
would
you can have
actually, yeah.
you can have lip piercings and nose
That'd be
piercing.
cool.
What we can do is we can use something called style transfer, and we can take you guys' two faces and create like a hybridized version of it. This is not
Right.
ready for like market right now, but we
Yeah.
can easily do proof of concept of that on the back end.
That'd be
It's just
cool.
not something that we've got prepared for, like, you know, taking to market with the V1 deepfake product. But yeah, it would be very feasible to blend any two faces together, create a resulting quote unquote child, right? And then make
And
that.
let's have a baby.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Let's have a
in,
baby
sign
together.
me up. I want to put. So, what's the process I have to go through to get my
Yeah,
face
seriously.
on here? And what would the process be for my community to start using my face, whether it be in adult content or other means of media?
So glad you asked, because if you go to our Twitter right now, which is linked, I believe, in the title of
Yep.
this podcast, the top pinned post is a Medium article called "How to Stake Your Face." Right? It's a 6-step process. It's pretty easy to do. It will cost you $0 to do.
My
Right?
favorite number.
Yeah, well, except for, I guess, like the minting fee of an NFT. But beyond minting the NFT, we don't charge you anything to stake your face through our platform. But it's very easy. Anybody can get it done in a day. And after that, we will make your face available on Harem Token. So Harem Token Studio right now, though, is in closed beta. So it's going to be a while before anyone can use your stuff for deepfake purposes. But what we do have right now that anyone can use is our lip sync product. So if you can see my screen right now, that is a product where you just choose a girl, right? Or choose a model, and you can write out any message like, "Hello, Ken and Nathan. I hope you guys are having a good day," right? We create the audio file with that. We confirm the order. That would cost about $1 all things said and done to create.
And now you're
And-
cool if somebody does this and then sells that as an NFT?
Yeah, I don't
Because I
see
want
why
to
not.
encourage the fuck out of that right now.
Yes.
So you can
Yeah.
see even right now the order is actually propagating on our system. It shouldn't take more than more than maybe a minute or two. But when all is said and done, here, let me see if I can even. How do I share the audio?
If you stop sharing your screen, start the process again,
Shark.
and stop.
Sure.
You said shark.
Dude.
We're just gonna go
No,
past that.
I have very little sleep, very much weed. Okay, forgive me.
That's why I love you.
But when you start this share screen process, the very bottom, very left of that, you'll see two check boxes. One of them will say share audio, and then you can select the window as well.
Okay, so I do share sound.
Yep,
Yeah, you shart the sound.
shark sound.
Shark
Sure.
sound. Got it.
We gotta
Alright.
make a word for something.
So this should now work. Let's see. Just scroll over a little bit. So this is what we just made, and if you pay attention to the lip movements too, you'll see that those should properly sync.
Hello Ken and Nathan, I hope you guys are having a good day.
Oh
Ah.
wow, that is perfectly
That's dope.
synced. That's
Oh,
great.
Yeah, and so
I
that
love
that is
that.
open to use for anybody right now. The deepfake process, because it's much more GPU intensive, we got to scale up before we can take it out. But you can make your face available for that and start making money off people using it to record. And we actually have
So
as
how much
options
money
for
do
that.
I make though if they're giving you $1?
Well, so on these orders, because it's so cheap, you would make, probably per order, we're talking about 50, 60 cents maybe, right? But you also have 150 different accent options that you can choose
Ooh.
between for
Wow.
that.
What you're
And
telling me is I only
I didn't
need
even
We want-
scroll
1
through
million
this.
orders to make $1 million.
Ken, what's your favorite
What?
accent?
My favorite accent?
Yeah.
Japanese.
Could we get that?
all
Can we see?
right, we can.
Yay!
Which one do you want? We got 4 different options.
Ooh.
We got
Let's go with
number
multiple
two.
standard
Choices.
ones.
Japanese number 2.
All right, what do you?
I was gonna pick two
You want to do
also.
number 2? Okay. And what do you want to hear?
Be appropriate.
Yeah. That'll cost $420, sir.
Here, let's make it a little bit longer. What? Give me a second sentence there.
You're Nathan. Go.
All right. You asked about a. This is gonna go before the that will cost you.
Okay.
You asked about a lung massage.
Lung massage?
What?
Yes, a lung massage. It's very well known.
Okay.
That will cost $420.
All right, we'll give it a shot. And which
ユー
girl
ア
do
ス
you
クドア
want?
バウトアラングマッサ
Number
ージ
3,
ざ
top
っと見
3.
るコス
Number 3?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if I could build a bear porn, bro, this is the direction I'm headed.
Oh, and by the way, you can also upload audio here, right? So if you upload here, let's see if we can.
Wait a
do
minute, could I
actually-
use my own voice? Can we set up so my real voice could be used like this?
Yeah,
The
easily.
path of the righteous.
So
man.
I'll do an order with the lip
Oh,
sync
is
that
that-
you did, and then I
Is
also
that Samuel L.
did.
Jackson?
Yeah, that was Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
Nice.
Fiction.
So
Yeah.
we'll have both of them. So just give this
Oh
I
my
don't know,
God.
probably 30 to 45 seconds.
The level of fun that can be achieved with this is where I could see the money
I'm
coming.
so
It's
excited.
This is
It's
gonna be so much fun.
addicting. It's addicting.
So here's your Japanese order. You ready?
Yep.
Yes.
ユーアスクドアバウトアラングマッサージざっと見るコスト$420 さあ
Oh my God.
Yeah, the Japanese ones, I'm not gonna lie. They're
That
kind
won't
of
be the
racist.
last time I hear that sentence.
And here we go. Here's your Samuel L. Jackson reading as well.
Yes, please.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man.
Oh my
is
God, the
beset
eye movement
on
is
all
crazy.
sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men.
Wow, why is that
Blessed
blinking when it
is
should be
he
blinking?
Who in the name of charity
Yeah.
shepherds the weak
It's so
through
dope.
the
Oh
valley
my
It's
of darkness.
learning.
For he is truly his
Ah.
brother's keeper and the father of lost children.
I wanna use
see
this-
what I mean? It blinks at the
Down
right
upon
time.
thee with great
I'm really impressed with the eye tracking,
furious
actually.
anger, those who attempt to poison and destroy
My brother.
and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
All right, bro. So, Mr. Voice in the Sky, how far are we from those movements, the lip tracking, being like eyebrow tracking, and being able to see the emotion expressed, right? Because
So that's the Head and Shoulders product.
Okay.
Yeah, so this just so we're clear, when I select this, right now, this is still very early, so we just have one video option, right? But
Correct.
you will be able to later select from several different video options to transpose lip movement over, right?
Can I use this
And
for
then-
my presentation in Miami at the Shitcoin conference? Can I?
Yeah, you
Hell
should.
yeah,
you
bro.
should. Yo, you want to come to Miami, bro? Because
I want to program an introduction for myself with this. I think
Only
that'd
if
be
you
kinda
wear
fun.
like a cool harem hat. I'll give you a harem hat if you wear it while you present.
Let's do it.
All right, man. But yeah, so we'll have different video options that you can insert. Right now, it's just one per model, and then when we release the Head and Shoulders one, if you wanted to, you would be able to actually record custom head movements, have that serve as a video driver, and then write or record the audio and have the lip movements from that track onto the head movement that
like,
you
so you can
created.
see the eyebrows move as well, not just the lips move, right?
Yeah, let me see if I can find you a good example of what the eyebrow
Thank you.
movements for
Yeah,
the
I'm,
Head
I'm
and
like
Shoulders
5
look
years
like.
old. and Video examples are what I
Yeah.
live on.
Yeah,
Yes,
so here, this
please.
is a pretty good one, I think. This was pretty early on in our process.
Oh, okay.
The middle
So
one's the original.
Yeah, I guess I should have
Yeah.
explained that. The one in the middle, this is a real person we hired on
Right.
Fiverr.
That's when I
Right.
said,
Can't
yeah,
tell which
okay.
one's
That's
real.
when I figured that out.
The rest of these, and she didn't really move her eyebrows that much, but maybe we do a lot of stuff with Laura Shin.
I did a one over Elon Musk's face where he's making all weird faces, talking to Jack Ma, and I thought it was pretty good.
So this is Laura Shin, who is like a Forbes journalist, and we actually made this early on for the use case of an anonymous
There's so much to discuss
podcaster.
about this crazy Groundhog Day week. We're
I know
all
who she
basically
is.
still going through. Hopefully, by the
Wow,
time
the
this
Mona
comes
Lisa.
out, we won't still be going through it. But first, let's discuss the elephant, or in this case, donkey, in the room. The presidential
top-
election at this
top
moment.
right is
most likely
Vitalik,
scenario.
right?
Vitalik, I knew it, I knew it.
Well, it's
I know that background anyway.
cute girl Vitalik, but yeah, it's I call her Money Shelley.
What's that girl
Oh,
that's
shit.
an actual AI? Well, the AI that's, the girl on Twitch that's just like a
Awesome.
cartoon AI robot. She's like really famous, but it's just like a
Oh,
bot.
Lil Michaela.
That. There's going to be so
Yeah.
much more of that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about the long-term future, right? When we get this to the point where AI people can be deepfake just as convincingly as real people, it's going to be the potential for media creation. Where if you were like making a movie, right? Instead of hiring an actor, you would hire like a stunt double, and then you would
Mhm.
scroll through a catalog of like literally just millions of people, and you'd be like, yeah, I think she looks good for like our lead, right?
So we
So
got
it's
to get Tom
it'll change
Cruise
everything.
on Harem so he can stake his face, and then I can make my blockbuster movie starring Tom Cruise.
Yeah, why not, man? You can do right now up to 20-minute long videos. About a week ago, that was 5 minutes, but we managed to GPU scale our way up to that. And the goal is before the beta releases to everybody, we'd like to hit 30-minute videos or maybe even an hour.
Wow.
But at that point, you would split a video up into maybe like 2 or 3 videos, and you'd be able to do a full-length movie.
So if anybody wants to use my face, I'm definitely putting it on Harem. So you might want to go check it out. Harem Token. And yeah, I want somebody to make like a Bukkake compilation video of my face. Do it. You know you want to.
Beard full of cum.
Oh, dude, that would just, exactly. It's like, it would be like Santa Claus's college days all over again.
So I will have to warn you of one thing, Ken. We can try it with your beard, but you may have to shave.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes. Consider
Whoa.
inclusion.
So like scruff or.
Well, I mean, if you got it so that your beard roughly follows the contours of your face, that would probably work. And
It's not moving opposite to your.
So is facial hair the best like deep fake alternative or deterrent, right?
Well, so if I wanted to deep fake somebody over your face, your facial hair wouldn't negatively affect it too much. But on the other hand, if you had a bunch of facial hair and I was trying to deep fake your face, it definitely would make it a lot more difficult. That being said, if I really wanted to build something to get around that, that's probably like a 1-2 month project.
This conversation has been so weird because I can't, Nathan, how many times have I mentioned Donald Trump and you know what I mean?
I can't get it out of my head either.
I just want to watch them and like now we're going to have Joe Biden porn and I'm just so excited for the future. I feel like I manifest this,
I keep
this
thinking
whole
about
thing into
this.
existence.
Yeah, whenever I go blank, I'm just thinking about them doing it. It's kind of
You said it, so it's got to be out there.
One day, maybe you'll be able to make it a reality. We just got to get Donald Trump to give us the face.
They both have their price.
He does
you can make
anything
it a reality.
for money. Did you see like, Donald Trump steaks and Donald Trump school? Eventually,
He's like the Snoop
NFTs
Dogg
will
of
be
politics.
there. Yeah.
You give him $5,000, he'll do anything.
He'll do
right?
anything. All right, let me.
Donald Trump, if you're listening, I got $5,000. I'll pay you $5,000.
I'll match it. I'll match it.
Give us your face.
Donald, do it. I want it. I want his face. But that's the thing is, right? He's eventually, and all people in those positions will realize what Amber realized very early is people are going to do this anyway. But what they'd much rather do is do it with your permission, with that little verification of like, yep, I have the permission to do. So people doing it regardless are actually motivating people for these platforms. Like, this, the means to the end. The means is, people are going to troll and do these things illegally without permission, but that ends is eventually platforms like this will facilitate the actual thing people want is, I'm going to want to deepfake Donald Trump, but I also would really like to have his permission so I can upload it to YouTube and not get in trouble.
Yeah, it kind of force people to play ball,
Yeah, and more importantly, if you wanted to deepfake Donald Trump, would you rather spend 6 hours and like $500 doing it, or would you rather do it in like 20 minutes on our system in 3 clicks? Right?
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
For like a quarter of the price too.
Let's go with you.
Yeah.
That works, man. I'll take it.
All right, so I guess we'll wrap it up here. Let people know, Amber, where they can go and keep in touch with you, follow your live streams. I know you were streaming right before this. So let people know when you're camming again, where they can go to get in touch with you and follow that.
Yeah, well, I'll probably be on later tonight again, and I have a website, ambersparks.com, and it has all my links. I'm all over the interweb, OnlyFans, Pornhub, campsites, Harem Token.
I would love to talk to you one day off air about using Atomic Hub the same way you use OnlyFans.
Ken's trying to get a collab.
I've purchased a decent amount of adult content myself from Atomic Hub, the same way people would go with OnlyFans. It's very similar. So I would love to show you how that would work out and be maybe
absolutely.
First,
I would love. Sure, I would love to chat about it. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
And Mr. Voice in the Sky, let people know where they can go to join the community and get involved with
Mr. Voice. We love you, Mr. Voice.
I'm still perp squared so far as I'm concerned.
I've never thought I would just I'll never forget you, and you're just a little box with an H.
Soon he'll be able to pick whatever face he wants.
That's what I'm excited about.
Right?
He's gonna use my face to have a call when he calls the podcast.
I don't know. They might get distracted by your beautiful beard.
So where can people go?
Yeah, if you wanna keep up with us, you can go to www.harem-token.com or follow us on Twitter @haremtoken. And if you really want to keep up, we're very active in our Telegram, which is pinned in our pinned message, our profile or whatever on Twitter. But it's t.me/haremofficial.
All right, man. I appreciate you. And Amber, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. This has been one of the most interesting podcasts because, again, I fucking manifested this. This is the Matrix. This didn't exist until I thought about it, and then it's like you're not here unless I'm talking to you. As soon as I hang up, people stop existing. I know it. It's like this is all a Matrix because I've wanted this service for so long, and to see it come into existence, not only doing what I needed it to do, but using NFTs and crypto and blockchain to do all of it.
Bring it all
Bro,
together.
I'm just so hyped right now. I can't wait to see what people do with my face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Well, we look
I'm gonna
forward to
do some
having you,
things
Ken.
to your face, Ken.
I might have to shave for this, so all of you
Can I
better
shave you?
appreciate this.
Can we shave? I'll shave you, please.
I'm
gotta
definitely
do
gonna have
it
to
for
You
shave
don't have to
for
pick
this.
all the
This is
cum out
too
of your
much-
beard.
You let all the bro
Wouldn't be the
bros.
first time, Amber. Misfires happen, okay? Misfires happen.
Yeah, we did share a room together.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm wrapping it up. Thanks everybody for tuning into the live stream. I love you all. as
Thank
always.
you.
Have a day.
Bye.
All right, bye guys.
Bye. Thank you so
Hello,
much.
happy bro bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.